Welcome to Jerash, one of the 10 cities of the Decapolis back in Jesus' time, although you probably wouldn't have seen this colonnade there then. It came a few years later, but it was nevertheless a very important city, and a city where now you look at it and it's got the best preserved ruins in this part of the world. A hippodrome, 2 amphitheatres. What interests me is the agora right at the top of the city, and then right down the road here there are columns, and in between the columns on the main street there would have been little shops in the day. The merchants would be trading all of their kind of produce, and on a nice day like today people will be strolling up and down the street. They'd be going through the streets on their business, and just a nice place to parade as well, look in the shops, do a bit of haggling and bargaining, and that's where the main city life was. Now, why do we bother about that in terms of the Bible? Because this was not a place that Jesus came to. It probably wasn't a place that the apostles came to either, but there is symbolism here which the Apostle Paul certainly used in his letters. For instance, the Apostle Paul was very keen on the word redemption. It's a word that we use in English. It's a word that was very much there in the King James Version. For instance, you can look in Galatians chapter 3 and you see there the Messiah redeemed us from the curse of the law by becoming a curse for us. Galatians is all about the relationship between law and grace. And here we learn something important about grace, because the word redeemed, the Greek word, is ex agorazo, which literally means to be bought out of the agora, bought out of the marketplace. It's a symbolism in terms of somebody coming along and paying money for you as a slave to become their property. But in this case, Paul is using the word redeemed to say you're being bought out of the curse of sin, you're being bought out of being subjected to the law and found guilty by the law, you're being bought all of that into freedom in Christ. And he talks about the curse of the law, but Jesus paid for it, redeemed it by his own sacrifice on Calvary. And that just gives me so much more meaning when I'm walking down this street and I'm seeing the little shops here, and I'm thinking, they had slaves for sale there. Not something we would approve of today, but the symbolism of I'll buy you and I'll set you free. I'll buy you and I'll set you free. I'll buy you and I'll set you free. And Jesus has set everybody free by his paying that price, that redemption on the cross. Free in Christ.